What are your thoughts on pineapple on pizza?
The only times I've had pineapple on pizza has been just like regular, like throw it in the oven kind of pizzas.
Yeah.
Doughs haven't been very good, so I'm not the biggest fan of pineapple on pizza. But
Okay.
I do see people with like different taste buds, and it does offer that little that complement to the sweet pizza taste.
No, they're wrong. They're wrong. Pineapple on
Yeah,
pizza is stupid. That's it.
I mean,
That's the official.
if you're putting a gun to my head and you're
Yeah.
making me choose, I'll
Yeah.
definitely have to
This
go with no pineapple. But
this was almost the shortest podcast segment in history if you answered the wrong way, just so you know. So you answered correctly. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Donut Bag, now part of the Pulse Podcast Network, and maybe in the future part of another network. Stay tuned on that. In this episode, I talk about the big Steelers win over the Browns with Alex from Yinzertainment and with Donnie Druin from NFL Spin Zone. Then I have my usual recap of the weekend's NFL action with Coach Warzoo and Mark Hagelauer. But first, we have to talk about what happened this weekend. As I'm sure you know, the Pittsburgh area suffered a terrible tragedy. Someone opened fire, killed 11 people in Squirrel Hill. I just found out that two of them were brothers of the former Steelers director of community relations, Michelle Rosenthal. So, all day Saturday and Sunday morning, I didn't want to think about anything. I just wanted to shut down. Definitely didn't want to think about sports. It just hurts. It does, and it's gonna hurt for a long time. But we have to move on. We have to keep moving forward. I don't know how to stop something like this, and I never get political. But from this horrible thing, the area received so much love and support from all over the world. When they announced they needed blood donors, people filled blood donation centers to give blood. Um, I've been lucky to live in Pittsburgh all my life, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I think Pittsburgh is a special place. And basically, it's a small, big city, but it's also a big, small town. We have a lot of tight-knit communities, and Squirrel Hill is one of the tightest. So I thought, why watch football? Why watch sports? Why even do this podcast? And I think sports is important. I think it provides a nice diversion from what's going on in the world, and it also brings people together. There are so many great posts on social media, but I want to highlight a couple of them. One of them is from Virginia Montañez. She's at Jane Pitt, and she is probably one of the best people in Pittsburgh. She said, Pittsburgh must go all in to help the Jewish community heal from this. The amount of love we show them needs to swallow this day of horror whole. And from Michael Keaton, he said, to the Jewish community everywhere, and now especially for my people of the Berg, took me a while to absorb or even talk about this one. Decided to hold back on my anger and take a breath. Heartbreaking. So much to say, but for now, you will never beat the people in Pittsburgh or all the people in the world with an ounce of decency and fairness. You'll never beat me, and there's a whole lot of me's out there. As for the folks in Pittsburgh, we'll show who we are. For all the families, I'm sorry. For all the forces, agents, and cops, etc., thank you. And that's another thing that needs to be said is, the first responders. It's just such an amazing thing that when there's gunfire and there's a great possibility that you might get hurt, they go in harm's way to protect us. So if you know a first responder, tell them thank you. And with that, the donut bag starts right now. Steelers win big, 33-18 over the Browns. With me to talk about it is Alex from Yinzertainment. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
I am great. Steelers had, I don't want to call it an easy win.
It was, I wouldn't say easy either. I would say more enjoyable. I wouldn't say it was as tough as last time, but I think it was a little frustrating that it took about the fourth drive to finally get a first down. That was, that wasn't what I was expecting, but they had a slow start, even though we held the Browns to just two field goal kicks, and granted, thank God it wasn't Zane Gonzalez, but somehow they still don't have a kicker.
Yeah, at the very least, it could have been 9-0. Yeah, Steelers just started out really slow. I don't know if it was because they're coming off the bye week or what, but it was one of those. It was almost like one of those games, like when they played Baltimore or Kansas City, where they just started out slow and then the other team was just driving, but. This is the Browns. They don't score touchdowns. They just score field goals. So Steelers lucked out there. But who would you say was the best player for the Steelers?
Best player. That's tough. A lot of me says I want to say maybe either James Conner, just because how many carries he had and the way he helped run the timeout. Or even maybe Antonio Brown coming huge on the first two touchdowns. That was awesome to see.
Yeah. I think you could give it to both of them. Connor just looked amazing out there. 24 rushes, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he also had 66 yards receiving. He was amazing, but yeah, Antonio Brown, 6 receptions, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. The offense just looked horrible, like we said, and then just all of a sudden, Ben throws this nice touchdown pass to Antonio Brown, and everything's okay.
Oh yeah, oh dude, I was going crazy. It was awesome. It was the little bit of relief that I needed. That told me, I was like, hey, you know what? We're gonna be okay. Because that's been one of the things that at the start of the season, I feel like we were having slow starts. Like we weren't really getting first downs. We weren't really getting to the second half. We weren't making like dangerous drives. So I think seeing that after being down 6-0, and then Antonio Brown just scores like that, it was awesome.
Yeah. I think that's the two big differences from the beginning of the year. One is that Ben has that connection with Antonio Brown again, and the other is that they actually were able to run, or at least wanted to run. So yeah, and I can't get over how good James Conner was looking.
Yeah, I agree. I think the running game has definitely picked up a lot because he obviously week 1 he does it well against the Browns. Week 2 we get the Kansas City Chiefs, we go down 21-0 in the first quarter, so obviously we can't run the ball as much as we'd like. It's a little scarce, but James Conner's been huge with even like today. You saw that he took some plays out of Le'Veon Bell's playbook, like the holding a little bit and then hitting the hole and knowing where to be. He's definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, it's that was the big question, is what are we going to do without Le'Veon Bell, and James Conner it's like I want to say, well, maybe he's 75% Le'Veon Bell, or maybe he's, whatever. But man, he just because he catches really well too.
Yeah.
So he has that going on. And
yeah, because I think I saw that like before the game he had like 26 catches coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, and he had 5 catches today. So that's another great aspect of his game. And then the defense, they looked really good too. Even those drives where Cleveland was driving down the field, they only held them to field goals. So kept keeping them in the game until the offense caught up.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. And then Joe Hayden finally gets his first interception of the year. I mean, even like Cody Sensabaugh looked good. I mean, a bunch of the guys were doing awesome. T.J. Watt coming big. I mean, that D-line is I think starting to really gel. And I think it's one of those things that they talked about, like they're going to try and keep everything simple and not overcomplicate like coverages. I think it's definitely paying off.
Yeah. I mean, that's another improvement over the year. The defensive line is getting penetration. They're not giving up big plays. They don't look like they're not they look like there's no miscommunication. So it's looking all good.
Yeah. Even married man Mike Hilton. I mean, I thought he was big today too.
I love him. I just the way he lines up on blitzes. It's like he knows exactly when and where to go every time, and it's a thing of beauty. He's just a little guy, but he goes out there and just disrupts everything. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think they said he's like 5'8", like $180.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then seeing him just like the way he blitzes and takes down Nick Chubb or even like Duke Johnson, I was like, wow.
Yeah. It's like it's just. It's a simple thing. It's almost like kind of what they did with Troy Polamalu back in the day. It's like you just line him up, and because he's just going all over the place. There's really no accounting for him, so he could just go anywhere. And yeah, that one play on Chubb, he just destroyed him right in the backfield.
Oh yeah.
So elsewhere in the AFC North, the Ravens lose. Man, that helps a lot. Oh
yeah, it's gonna make next week feel a lot better.
Yeah, although I'm afraid they're gonna be a little bit mad.
Yeah, I agree, but I guess it's one of those things that it's like the rivalry between them isn't bad blood, as in like when they play the Bengals.
Yeah.
I mean that's on a different level. But they're a great team defensively, which is good because I feel last time the Steelers played them, like we weren't really all together yet. I don't think we understood what we were capable of, what we were supposed to do. So I think this matchup next week's definitely going to be something to definitely look forward to. I mean, it's definitely going to be more exciting.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a different team than a few weeks ago when they played the Ravens. They're way better offensively, more balanced, better defensively. So, but it's in Baltimore, so we'll see. And then the Bengals almost lost. They won a last-second field goal over Tampa Bay.
Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah,
it would have been nice to. But it would have been nice to see them take that L.
That would have been nice. But yeah, at least the Steelers are still in front. All right. All right, Alex from Yinzertainment. That is at Yinz Daily. Thank you so much. Let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thank you for having me. And likewise, we'll have to have you on. Just talk a little Steeler football. Never gets boring, never gets old.
Oh yeah. We could. That's a subject I'm sure both of us could talk about anytime, all time, anytime.
Oh yeah, I agree. I got a boss at work that he's from Pittsburgh, and big Steelers guy, and yeah, he'll just come up to my kid and be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Just start. I think we literally only talk about Pittsburgh sports.